Sorry about the delay. I had a crazy day today. I thought I was supposed to go to the 75th birthday party, and I thought today was Sunday, y'all. Today is only Saturday. Well, thank God for that. That's what happens when you off on a Friday during the work week. I get confused with my day. I lose, time with things. Only time I know I gotta go to work is when that alarm clock ticks off on in the morning. Yeah, I was wondering why. I was like, I thought today was Sunday. I swear I did, and I'm like rushing out of here. Got dressed this morning, and everything. Like I had to go and get some things before I go and attend this party. And then when I text the person and I let them know that I was running behind schedule, they turned around. They text me back and they said, um, the party ain't till tomorrow. A 75th birthday party I supposed to be going to celebrating from a 70 a mother of my church is her birthday. So her birthday party is being celebrated tomorrow and I thought it was today, so I had to get undressed and all that other good stuff and get comfy in my house. And while I was getting dressed this morning, let me tell you, R. Kelly supporters, please. Hey Lori, how are you, love? How are you? Let me tell you, R. Kelly supporters, those of you who are looking to attend his trial in Chicago, please, please, please be careful. Okay? Because some people are running rampant on the other side. And I was on a live this morning and early early morning this morning or whatever like that after I made my post. Oh yeah, let me go back to that. Okay. I was on yesterday as I was doing some of my, like research, finding out if anything's going on about R. Kelly's trial, what's taking place right now, whatever, looking for some information. Somebody by the name, go by the name Anonymous. I don't know why they use that name, but they was on everybody saying there are two women of R. Kelly. Okay, they are R. Kelly's so-called alleged victims who had been part of his trial or whatever has dropped their charges after he was sentenced for 30 years and they were not happy about the sentencing and they was thought that they thought it was a joke, because that's not what they were expecting for R. Kelly as far as the two women. I don't know who these two women are. I'm thinking the two women, they didn't give the two women names. They just said two women are working. They dropped the case against R. Kelly or charges against R. Kelly or something like that, and that the two women are working supposedly with R. Kelly's attorneys. Maybe they gonna like say, you know what, we lied. We wasn't expecting him to even go to jail. We just probably wanted him to get some treatment for his health, and we just wanted people to know that he's not doing well mentally or whatever. And it wasn't about him doing all the things they said. Maybe some things might have happened. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna even talk about that. But I'm just saying, they just saying that he just needed some treatment, and the only way they was able to get him is that they wanted to share their stories and their relationships with him just to let people know he wasn't doing well, whatever, whatever. But I don't forget all of that. But they dropped the charges. Okay, from what I understand, they dropped the charges against him, and they trying to keep it quiet. They don't want it to be out there in the public that these women came forward to say that R. Kelly did not supposed to have been or whatever. They was not really looking to have him on sentence for 30 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? They was. I did not say that. I said that a long time ago. That some of these women, if they were smart, instead of going against R. Kelly, they should be more for R. Kelly. That they should drop those damn charges because the justice system is not in favor of us, And especially for a black man and a wealthy celebrity like R. Kelly and a high profile man like R. Kelly should not have been put in that situation. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Not in the justice system like that. And I remember even when Ayana Von Zant, when she interviewed him for to go on her show, okay, Ayana fixed my life, and this is when this all was happening. And they asked her, well, one thing she did say is that he does not need to go to jail. She says, no, he may need treatment, but he don't need to be in jail. This is what Ayana Von Zant said. I don't know if they ever still have that video out there. It's so hard because it was a lot of information out there that people were not pleased with the surviving R. Kelly thing, and they didn't like the way the government handled it or whoever Lifetime did that document on his life like that. A lot of people were speaking against it, but somehow or the other, the government, of course, they got the upper hand and they were able to shut it down just to make them, or whatever, to make it look that R. Kelly was abusing women, sleeping with minors, running some type of pedophilia enterprise or whatever. I don't know. They just wanted it to look that way. They wanted to paint that picture to the people just to get them when they was coming for him or whatever. Now they trying to take him back to Chicago because I was asking, why was he tried in New York anyway? What crimes did he commit in New York? Faith Rogers is about the only person I know in New York. So what was and some of these people that were on the stand or from the trial, they not from New York. They from other places like Chicago. Most of them was from Chicago. So I don't know. I don't get it. I just still don't get it. What was they try to how they try to strategize this thing, how they try to do this, whatever they did to take down R. Kelly. But the thing is that I got this information. I am looking for see if anybody else might have saw this information out there about the two women that was supposedly had dropped these charges, and they are working now on the defense team. They working with the defense side to help R. Kelly. This is what I heard, okay, from an anonymous person. Their name is anonymous. They gave this information, and they might know something. And you know how the government could try to, hide things because they trying to find things they could stick on R. Kelly in his upcoming trial. And 30 years was a little bit too much because people was not expecting that amount. It was supposed to be, if he was supposed to be sentenced, it shouldn't have been no more than 15 or less. 15 years or less if he was with a minor, and which he wasn't with a minor. And I guess they try to get him on that with what's the little thing name again? I ain't gonna even say that because she might be one of the two women. She might be one of the two women. I don't know who they are. That's why we got to tread light when we talk about those women, because we don't know who's going to come to R. Kelly's rescue. We don't know who's going to be the ones that are who are the women that are working with him. I mean, working now with the defense team. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, y'all. So don't even ask me. I don't know. This is something I got information from something I seen on the internet, and I really wish I could have got a snapshot of it, but my phone can't snapshot. I can't snapshot anything with my phone or anything. I'm not all that, savvy when it comes to technology. I am not. Okay, I am not. Because if I was, I would have probably had what you call the screen back here and all that other stuff. But as you can see, I'm not all that into internet. As you can see, I'm not. I don't spend a lot of time on the internet. But anyway, another thing I wanted to just talk about with you all today is that I was on a live today. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Team Libra, but she was exposing some of the OCOP people this morning, and she was saying that no, she's not a supporter of Robert Sylvester Kelly. I don't like what he did, whatever she feel he did, but she does not condone violence against anybody or people to try to go out and hurt people, and she don't support gang violence. And she also exposed the fact that OCOB over there and them were saying some things. An OCOB member was making you know, um, Ooh, terroristic threats, and also violence, promoting violence to hurt R. Kelly's supporters, people like Hollywood Next. She said they was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a razor blade and I'm gonna cut her when I see her in Chicago, and I see her at the court or whatever. They looking for whoever they don't like to come to the trial, and they are going to try to do bodily harm to people, like hurt people." And she said that she wanted to report it, and she just wanted to let people know, the R. Kelly supporters, to be careful, because she was also, isn't she also an old cop member? And she said that these people, and they all came at her on her chat. I saw them coming for her. They tried to come for me too, and I told them I'm one of her subscribers, and I'm just here because I haven't really seen her really in a long time on YouTube. Okay, I don't see her that much on YouTube, but she just wanted to come and bring us some awareness, and that there are our club members. I mean, people over there in Oak Club who belong to gangs in Chicago, and they was making threats to harm R. Kelly's supporters. So I was there to hear what she was telling me, so I can come back and tell some of you that may be interested in going to Chicago. I had no interest because I already told you where I'm gonna be for that time. So oh, I'm cold. I'm gonna have to turn this AC off or whatever. I got this, what you call it, around me in the back of me, so maybe I need to put that on. But it was some real interest. She was on there for quite some time today too, because she wanted to get this message out there. I think she took down the video, or her video was removed, reported, and it was, "Hey Alfonso, oh my God, long time Alfonso. I haven't seen you here. How you been? How have you been?" Yes. So she was also sharing the fact that Debo, she's kind of fond of him, and she kind of feel bad for his situation right now. And if things like they saying out here, these old cop people saying to harm people, and they've been doing this, kind of having these kind of things going on social media, that she felt it was her right to report it and to say something about it, because she doesn't take this R. Kelly thing to the point where she want to see somebody getting harmed or hurt because they have an opinion or they support a certain person or whatever. She just felt that she needed to come and bring that to you. You've been doing all right. That's good. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're okay. Yes. So she just felt like she just needed to bring that to YouTubers and to bloggers' attention about what you talk about, and people out here are just really sick in the mind and sick in their heart. And she shared some other things, but if you was on the live this morning, because I caught the live this morning because I was up early this morning getting ready for this party I was supposed to be attending, which wasn't today, it's tomorrow. And I was thinking it was today. I thinking it was Sunday, getting up early and everything else like that. And then, of course, my husband wasn't going with me to this party. He wasn't going. He wasn't going to attend because he just didn't want to attend, So I was just going to go alone to this party with members of my church. Okay, so that's what took place with me today. So I just was like, when Team Lever came, I said, "Wow, that was interesting that she came with that information," because I kept saying, and I posted, that people, be careful about who you attach yourself with, because there's some people out here, they taking this YouTube thing and they turning it into, like, everybody's starting to become like cliquish, and gang members is starting to become like gang sort of type of behavior. So, oh my God, my eyes start to itch. I'm cold. I don't know if I'll be on here any longer with y'all because I'm cold. Shoot, because I'm in my house. I gotta turn that AC down. But I'm cooking, so I don't want the house to, be hot, because it's really hot outside today. Yeah, so she was bringing that to awareness, and now they coming for her. They all was coming for her. It's like a gang of them came in the chat. It was like 40 of them in the chat this morning. Some was probably watching in the bushes, and then there was about, I would say, including myself, that was in the live, that was in the chat, I would say there's about maybe 10 of us in the chat, but it was mostly all of them against me and her. And I was really trying to redirect her and try to help her because she was talking also about some um, Reiki, it's some kind of meditation to help you release some negative energy and try to tap into your positive energy, So I have a friend of mine out here that's into that stuff, and she says it works so well with her. She does pray. She does try to do a lot of herbs and eating right and foods and stuff like that in her diet to have a good, positive life and energy to her life and stuff and keep a healthy diet or whatever. So I told her to come on I introduced her to what's her name's channel because that's what she does. And I was on there and I couldn't believe that when I came back, they were still talking about that stuff. And she was on there and she says, yeah, I got to report this. They bullying me. They trying to tell me that and then the OCOP members were telling her all she trying to do is get content and build her channel and get subscribers or whatever she probably do. And they was trying to call her broke and she's going through, they try to say that what's going on in her personal life or whatever like that about with her marriage and everything. But every time I saw Team Libra, and I'm going to be honest, she always seemed to be level-headed. She don't seem like too much is bothering her. She just was always talking about the fact when she was about the R. Kelly thing, she was just trying to see, you know, she just had, she did have some good insight about certain people behavior around this stuff. Like that's why she said I always remain neutral. I'm not really here to harm or do any harm to anybody. She said, but if it's true, if R. Kelly's been sleeping around with minors, and of course people still got stuck in their head after seeing that infamous tape years ago, they still think he may still be that kind of man, that he actually is that type of man, that he sleeps with minors, and he was acquitted from that trial. And being that he was acquitted from that trial, people think he paid off his victims or whatever like that. That's what they were thinking. So, this time they had to take a different approach and they had to bankrupt him so he wouldn't have money to pay for any witnesses, and people came forward and it was like, yeah, he blah, 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 blah. But the whole thing started, let me also share that she also shared that the whole thing that started here on YouTube about all of this violence and craziness is that Javante Cunningham is friends with the OCOP member, and she's also affiliated with a gang, and they're gonna harm victims. I mean, not victims. I'm sorry. They're gonna harm the R. Kelly supporters. Like she's initiating this stuff, like inviting this type of violence and craziness around this R. Kelly thing and trying to make it flip it on the R. Kelly supporters. So Debo is right now on home arrest, and he's limited to using any kind of social media because this ain't got nothing to do, like I said, it ain't got nothing to do with R. Kelly. That's just him. He just got an unidentified mental illness. And he just need a break away from social media because his behavior was kind of out of control. Okay, he was kind of out of control. So that should bring us some relief and some hope. All we can do is just pray and hope for the best. Pray and hope for the best for him, that he will get the help that he needs, and that whoever is helping him at this time or whatever health treatment he's getting, that it will be successful and for him, because I saw some things that was just out of control. Okay, and I'm on that same page with Team Libra. I don't want to see nobody hurt. Nobody should have to be hurt. Nobody should have to be terrorized or whatever. So I'll just say be careful who you attach yourself with on YouTube. Be careful of your conversations on YouTube, making threats to people, because right now, what you call it, are watching the government and the feds or whoever, and especially around this R. Kelly stuff. Because they trying to grab whatever they can as information that they can use against R. Kelly. And then thank God it wasn't R. Kelly people doing this time. This is old kind of people stuff mess going on over there. The people that's supposed to be the people in support of the alleged women, the alleged victims. I'm just going to say alleged victims. I'm not going to call them names. I'm not going to say anything about that, but I'm just going to say alleged victims because there's two already who dropped their charges, and I'm looking forward to more coming forward to drop whatever charges they have against R. Kelly. So I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to bash anyone. I'm not going to bash their names. I'm not going to say anything about them on the sake of R. Kelly, because this is the reason why I came into this whole thing anyway, because I saw the injustice and I saw the mistreatment. And Donnelly, she definitely tripping. I mean, they gonna deal with her. They gonna have to deal with her because 30 years, they didn't even give that to Jeffrey Epstein, or they didn't even give that to the other one. Oh God, I had his name right on the tip of my tongue. They ain't even throw the book at them like that in all the years of the sex abuse they've been doing and the things they have been doing in their business of what they're in Hollywood and having islands where they trafficking teenagers, girls, and children and everything over there, having doing the stuff they doing, which is the real Rico, but that's another story. But still, in all, this is about justice for R. Kelly, hoping this man will get a trial that will go successfully for him in Chicago, and people will come forward to help out the ones, especially the ones who did what they did. You know, I guess some people are right now feeling some type of way because God forbid, and that's what they also said is the reason why he was put in suicidal watch because they was trying to have him do whatever harm to himself. Because these people came forward and said, "Oh no, 30 years, no, no, no," and they was trying, and that's what this whole lawsuit is going on and everything. It's a lot of stuff going on right now, but they just ain't putting it out there because it's in favor of R. Kelly. So they're gonna still write articles and put titles and headlines in their article about a disgraced singer, saying all these horrible, evil things about this man, don't knowing that whatever they say, their own evil gonna enter their own heart, just like what happened to the old card people. They over there fighting now. They over there fighting with each other now. Let it go on over there with them. You know, they over there fighting now. You know, you got to be careful. Just like when they took Christ to the cross. You know, they didn't know it was one sitting on the board that was on the side of Christ. One of the people, one of the Joseph Arimatheus. He was sitting right there while they was plotting and doing whatever they was doing to do of Christ, and he knew Christ was an innocent man, and Christ is always one. There's always an infiltrator in every organization. There's always going to be somebody that's going to, sell out, or not. I wouldn't even say sell out, but there's always going to be a person that just feel that they don't want to be a part of this, especially if it's something that's going to harm. It could be something for something good, or it could be for something evil. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's always an infiltrator. It's always somebody that's just going to come clean and, you know, on the other side. So you got to be careful who you attach yourself with. So that's all I wanted to share with y'all today. I don't know what y'all doing today, this Saturday night. I'm still cooking. I'm cooking. Of course, I always got to cook for my home. Even if I go out somewhere tomorrow, I still cook for my home because, like I said, I might not like the food or anything that they might have there. So at least when I get home, I can enjoy what I cooked. Yes, so I won't go to sleep or go with my belly being hungry with hunger pains, hunger pains. I'm certain foods I'm picky about. I'm very picky about certain foods, especially when I eat from other people and other places and stuff. I can be picky. I can be very picky. So anyway, y'all, I may come back later. Let me go check on my food and do some other things around the house and everything. So y'all be cool. Just stay calm. Just stay calm because Robert Sylvester Kelly gonna get the victory. Because it did take a lot of people like, whoa, come on now, 30 years, are they serious? And the way Judge Donnelly, threw the book at him like that, that was real, wicked. He was wicked. And they didn't even prove any evidence, no nothing. They didn't even prove their case that he committed any kind of crime the way they said he did. They didn't even prove it. It just sounded like a whole bunch of, bumping and grinding. Like women wanted to, flock around him and be in his bed and voluntarily be there. They need to keep their legs shut. That's the way I feel. Keep your legs shut, ladies. Men ain't, I don't know how to explain it to people. People do what they want with their body, but you just got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? With your heart, protect your heart, protect your legs, keep your legs shut. I don't care if it's a R. Kelly or whoever, superstar, Chris Brown, whoever. Just don't be jumping in bed with men, and if they're not committing to you and they're not taking you as a wife, or they're not gonna be you're not gonna be a potential wife. Even if you have to marry somebody not of their kind of status, at least get somebody that respect you and love you and gonna treat you right. And you don't and play toy around with your heart, because you gotta protect your heart. God said that in the Bible. You gotta be careful, don't trash your body around. Don't let everybody enter in. Be careful. When you're opening your legs out here, of course you're going to get some kind of connection to them, and you're going to feel some kind of way. I don't care if it's just for pleasure. Even a whore, she falls in love with some of maybe her tricks, hoping one of them will turn out to be her husband or something like that, because she opened her legs and she think her cootie cat is gold. You know what I'm saying? But men see that it can get in between your legs so easily and manipulate you, especially when they come in with at the status of R. Kelly. You're gonna find some heartache. You're gonna get some pain. You're gonna get some pain. You know what I'm saying? So teachers, and men, be careful as well. Don't play around with women's heart. Don't play these games. We looked at men being killed, because of some women can't handle it, that been jilted and hurt. And some people can't handle it, for real, for real. And in a way, I'm kind of glad R. Kelly didn't end up in that type of situation. Like Jody, whatever his name is, what Jody Arias did to that dude. She was only dating the dude for 5 months. When I read the story, I said, what? 5 months? 5 freaking months. And this woman got crazy and killed that man. And I mean, she overkilled. 27 times stabbed him, shot him in the head, and slit his throat. She overkilled. Then she tried to lie and say he was porn to get off the chain for killing him, because people will use anything to get they to win favor from the people of committing certain crimes. Like, she tried to say he was molesting. I mean, not molesting, but he was watching porn with children in it and all that other stuff. Maybe he could have been doing that. I don't know. But, to kill him like that or whatever like that, I mean, I would have got, he was only dating me in 5 months. He found out he doing some peaky, crazy stuff. Girl, he wasn't your husband or nothing like that. You should have got the hell away from him. And even if he was your husband, you should have just say, hey, those are your reasons for divorce or whatever. Get out of that relationship. If he's crazy like that or whatever, and report it. Report it. That's it. Report it and get out. Get out and report it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, you don't have the right to take no man or no woman's life. You just don't have no right to do that. God will deal with it. Oh yeah, and another thing is this other, like Gina too. This is sad. This woman is actually deteriorating, from a sickness that she got from reckless living, risky living, living her. Oh God, people are just throwing at me. Just got a text, but I'll check that later. But just like Jodi Arias, I just talked about Gina too. Living, careless and reckless like that. Now she's suffering and on her sickbed, and now she's telling her story of how reckless she was living. You got to be careful who jumping around in bed with and having pleasures with, using your body and stuff like that. God said, take care of your body. It's your temple. And you don't be going out here having pleasures, having pleasures. and letting everybody use your body. The women got to take care of their body, and men, you got to watch what you're doing out there too, because there's some crazy women out there. They take you to the point of no return. That means you don't want to see yourself die horrifically by the hands of a woman that just sicken her mind and her heart. Her heart just gets worn out and crazy. So you just got to be careful. We all got to be careful. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. And like I said, I wanted to warn R. Kelly supporters that's going to be going out there to this Chicago thing. Please be careful. Somebody came out and said these people are gang members and they are out to harm some of the R. Kelly supporters. And one of the people names they did call, they said they wanted, the person said they want to have a razor blade in their hands and they're going to try to cut, they're going to come up and walk up to Hollywood Next and try to cut her. Okay, that's what they said. That's what came from Teen Lever's mouth. She was giving out the info. I can't go to the videos right now. You can. I did try to share the live this morning, but like I said, they took down the video. They took down the live or whatever, and I was there, and I know what I heard. I know what I heard. I ain't making this shit up. I ain't making it up at all. So y'all be careful out there with these gangsters. You know, these gang hood bangers. you know. I don't participate in that type of behavior whatsoever. That's why I would not go to Chicago without my husband accompanying me. And my husband already told me he will not be in the company of those type of people in Chicago. Now, the reason I was out there in New York, because I said these people, I have that are the R. Kelly supporters, and I said it wasn't, what's his name, doing the protests. It was Daddy Lolo. So I felt a little safer being around Daddy Lolo than to be around those other people. I'm just saying. And plus, I was in a place I was familiar with. I'm in New York, so I know my home. I'm from New York, so I know how to, get around in New York. I don't know how to get around in Chicago. I'm not from there. And the person that they said that's willing, trying to hurt Hollywood Next and everything, they from Chicago. They're from Chicago. And they real deep in them streets. And they hanging out, Javante Cunningham or whatever. She out here doing this gang banging stuff or whatever she doing. And I told them, I said, Javante Cunningham going to throw them right under the bus because she did it to R. Kelly. First she said it wasn't never, like he ever tried to do anything to harm her or do any sexually. She said she tried to put everything on Aaliyah. And then she turned around and say, "Oh yeah, R. Kelly, from the transcript, she didn't changed her story." So you got to be careful with people like that. You know what I'm saying? She come around to start all kind of trouble or whatever. But they said the person knows Javante Cunningham and hangs with Javante Cunningham. I don't know who she was. I said, well, she did mention the truth, and I do talk to the truth, but I don't know if the truth is about that kind of life. I don't know. I don't know if she's about any gang banging or whatever like that. So I'm just saying. That's who the people she called, and she also called another girl from the old Cobb's name. What's her name? Diva Divine. She said she was making some statements too, and Diva something, and there's another one on Old Cobb that she mentioned. Oh God, let me see who these. I think Kel's Tears or something like that. She said they all gangbangers. They gangbangers. So anyway, y'all, I gotta get out of here. Let me go mess around with my food. I don't want nothing to burn up in here, but I may come back later. So you will have a wonderful and blessed evening. Peace.